everybody. With the new year coming on, and everybody setting resolutions and goals, I thought I would share something that I recently have been thinking a lot about, and I feel like this as a tip for happiness is particularly applicable for this time of the year. Imagine, if you would, you're on a mountainside. Forgive my head cold if it's hard to understand me some. You're about halfway up the mountain. You look up and you can see the peak, and you think, oh, it would be so great to get up there. And I could see for so far and breathe clean, clear air. It would be great. And you look down at the bottom of the mountain, you see a bunch of people, they're wave up to you, but they're not climbing or anything at all. Now, there are some outside forces that can move you, or you can move yourself. If something like a river, let's say, if you decide to float on a river, is that river going to eventually take you to the top of the mountain or to the bottom? If there were a rainstorm and now there's a mudslide, is that mud going to slide up the mountain? Or is that mud going to slide down the mountain? Don't worry, that's not supposed to be a trick question or anything. If you want to get to the top of the mountain, in most cases anyway, you can't wait for some external force to get you there. You get there by putting one foot in front of the other, working your way intentionally to get to the top of the mountain. And that is today's tip for happiness. Live on purpose, not on accident. If you take a famous celebrity, let's say Michael Jordan in basketball, okay? Do you think he became one of the, if not the, greatest players in the world and of all time simply by tripping at the half-court line one day and happening to fall forward from the half-court line all the way over to the hoop and land where his hand put the ball through the basket? Or did he work for years and years and years to achieve his ability to jump from the from the free throw line, I should say, and slam dunk the basketball? If you think of Cristiano Ronaldo, did he become an amazing soccer player, able to make very, very difficult shots on the goal by one day walking onto a football field, a soccer field, and as the ball happened to be going in front of him, he moved a foot forward and just accidentally kicked it and made a goal? Or did he work very, very hard for many, many years to become skilled at football? These people don't live life on accident. They don't reach success on accident. They do it because they are very intentional in what they do. Their actions are in line with their goals. Okay? And that is what we're talking about. I think before you get doing anything, it's important to remove all distractions. Now, if you're working really hard on a goal and you start to get tired because you just are really, really working a lot, don't overwork yourself so you burn out. Because if you work too hard, it can make you lose some motivation to reach your goal. So it's important to take breaks. But those breaks are meant to help you get energy back so that you can work hard again. Don't let your breaks become detours. it's very easy to sit down, and this is a type of a break I would recommend not doing because how easy it is to allow it to distract you. But it's easy to sit down after working really hard on a section of your house that you're building or something, if that's one of your goals. You sit down in front of the TV to take a short break, and pretty soon you've watched halfway through the new season of Daredevil or something. Don't allow your breaks to become sabbaticals. I put a footnote down below, so if you don't know what a sabbatical is, you can look it up online. Once you've removed things you know are going to be distracting, let's say you've canceled a Netflix subscription, or you've just turned off your mobile devices so you don't have social media in your face all the time, whatever it is. After you remove those distractions, prepare yourself for success. To do this, different mentors that I've read or listened to, talked with even, have said, be very, very clear in a vision for yourself. I'm not saying this is my vision or that this needs to be your vision, but let's just hypothetically say your vision is to be able to relax on a beach without distractions whenever you want. Are you sitting in a beach chair? Are you lying on the ground? Are you in a hammock? Let's say you're in a hammock. Is the hammock soft and comfortable, or is it a little bit firm, and if you sit in it too long, it gets uncomfortable? Now, obviously, certain choices make sense, but you have to imagine them. Are you reading a book while you sit in the hammock? Or are you just sleeping? Is it the middle of the day and the hot part of the day and you're in the shade? Or is it getting close to twilight? Are you wearing a hat to shield your eyes from the sun? Help you sleep, maybe? How is the temperature outside? It may be hotter in the day than it is in the evening, but is it really hot, or is it just a little bit hot? These are all things that are important to envision in your mind. The more real your vision becomes to you, the more achievable it will seem to you. And the more you're able to move your efforts toward it, because it's something relatable, something that you will actually be able to get eventually. Next, I would say, in preparing yourself by having a vision, don't set goals only. Don't just set goals. Set priorities. In other words, when you get up in the morning, a good idea might be to make a list of all the things you must do and you want to do during the day. And list them in the order of the thing that you absolutely have to do first. And then the next thing after that, second, that you absolutely have to do. Put all of the things you must do at the top. And then the things that you think would be fun to do or nice to do at the bottom. And put them in the order of most important to least important. And then, as you go through your day, do the things in the order they are in on your list. Don't skip to number 6 because number 3 looks tough. Do number 3. You have to do them in the order you listed them. If you don't do that, if you don't make a list of what order they have to be done and then follow that order, you're not going to achieve nearly what you otherwise could. You're going to get distracted. It's really easy. Almost everybody suffers from that. Getting distracted. Getting moved off course. then kind of combined in with that, if you're going to be acting in things you must do, going down to things that are nice things to do, try to make your actions on purpose and not out of boredom. Well, I really don't know what I want to do right now. I could do this that I really should be doing, but that's stupid and boring. I really want to do this because this is fun and exciting, so I'm going to go out and dance with my friends. I don't judge what you do. It's your life. You're responsible for your own life. But keep in mind that the successful people, the people I've read about, the people I look up to that teach me lessons all the time, they're only successful because they do the things that they need to do to keep or reach their success first before anything else. And then when there's time left over, it doesn't happen all the time, but when there is time left over, now they can do some of the things they wanted to do. And especially the higher level of success you reach, the more money or time or you have, the freer you are to go do those things you want without restrictions. So along those same lines, while you're acting with a purpose and not out of boredom, try to fill your time with progress rather than regrets. I've talked to some people who have told me, oh, I want this house up in the mountains, somewhere like Vail, Colorado or something. I want a house up there, and it's going to be awesome. Great, I totally support you in trying to move there if that's where you want to move. You realize the houses there are $2.5 million plus, right? Okay, so what do you need to do to reach that? What do you need to do to have that money so you can go there and get one of those houses? So then they list, I need to do these things to get that much money. Awesome. You've got goals and you know what you have to do. Unfortunately, very often, too often, I'll talk to them a week or 2 weeks later and ask them how they're coming on the very first step of that. And they'll kind of brush that topic aside and talk to me about how they're about halfway through the new season of Black Mirror. Watch Black Mirror, watch other shows, watch movies, go to parties, dance, read romance novels, whatever you want to do. Do that if you want to. But just remember that your actions, if they are not supporting your goals, will move you away from your goals. You're going to get in bad habits of doing other things rather than working on what you need to achieve your goals. You're going to find other things are talking about the path of least resistance for the river, for example, on the mountainside. The river flows down because there's less gravity. Gravity kind of is pulling it that way, so it'll tend to go the direction gravity pulls rather than go against gravity, right? Same thing here. So when you get distracted by things that don't support your goals, usually those things are easy to do. Watch Netflix, play video games all day. I get there's a certain irony in my having a video game channel on YouTube and talking about this too, but my gaming channel on YouTube is in line with certain of my goals, believe it or not. So, fill your time with progress, not with regrets. And finally, I would say just enjoy yourself while you work toward your goals. Be happy about it. Learn to love what you do. There may be certain aspects of the work required that aren't fun initially or aren't as fun as other things. But if you learn to see the positive, remember, my first tip for happiness was having a positive attitude. If you learn to look at the work as actually fun as well, it'll be very rewarding. So I hope this helps you. I know this is something that I've been focusing on a lot lately. I've been writing these messages to myself to remind me and to help inspire me. I hope this helps you a little bit. I love to all the time to hear from you guys about things that make you happy and help you progress as well in your own lives. So please share those in the comments if you want to, and I will talk to you guys in my next Tips for Happiness video, or in whatever other video you catch me on. Until next time, take it easy. Peace.